Hi there. My name is George Donnelly. I've been, I got my first Bitcoins, first learned about Bitcoin in 2011. I've, explored a whole bunch of projects. And these days I am focused on Bitcoin Cash because there's so much going on. There's so many teams building on Bitcoin Cash. It's a decentralized ecosystem. It's not a company coin. It's permissionless. Nobody's in charge. You don't have to get permission. Everything is it's a permissionless ecosystem. So it's the kind of thing that can endure. You get some coins that are just run by one company, and it's not really possible for that to keep going. At some point it's going to be censored or the leadership is going to fall down. But in Bitcoin Cash, it's dynamic. Nobody's in charge. So everybody can contribute, everybody can build, and nobody can stop you from doing it.
How did you get into cryptocurrency?
Well, I've been a libertarian for quite a long time, ever since I read Ayn Rand in the 90s. And I'm active in the libertarian community, globally. And I ran an online conference in 2010, 2011, for that community a couple times. And somebody donated some, just a few Bitcoins to me, as a thanks for running that conference. So that's when I first got into it. Basically, pretty radical libertarian. So yeah, I'm kind of from that old school.
After some, I don't know, changes with Bitcoin and stuff, you decided to make Bitcoin Cash your main one. So what put you into this direction from, the original Bitcoin then into the Bitcoin Cash, which probably you and your community think is the real Bitcoin? So, I mean, why did you choose this one over the other one?
Well, the problem with BTC coin, Bitcoin Core, is that the people, the centralized developer group who have a grip on the future of the coin, are not permitting the block size to increase, which means that on-chain throughput of transactions is artificially crippled. So this results in a fee market. This means fees for transactions on the network go up. Sometimes they go way up. And basically, this damages the incentive system of Bitcoin. It makes it so that smaller transactions are not economically viable. And when in periods of great interest in the space, the fees can go up to $20 or more. And basically that means that people who are stacking sats, who have small UTXOs, many small UTXOs in their wallets, it makes it very hard for them to actually make use of them. So what ends up happening is that whales who, may be moving hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions or billions of dollars worth of BTC coin, for them, like a $1 or $5 or $10 fee is, not noticeable.
Yeah.
And it actually, as UTXOs get locked up in this way and become immovable, it actually enhances the scarcity of the whales coins. So this is kind of a threat to fungibility. It's just offends, and I think any rational individual's sense of fair play. And of course, Bitcoin is made for everybody. It's a peer-to-peer cash system. It's not, it's not some, weird asset, not some weird piece of property. It's meant to be used as a currency, as peer-to-peer cash. And BTC coin abandoned that in the pursuit of something else. I'm really not clear what that is. But Bitcoin Cash preserves that. Some people say, well, in 2017, Bitcoin Cash forked off. No, in reality, what happened was two different points of view branched the Bitcoin project. Both are Bitcoin,
Yeah.
but Bitcoin Cash preserves, the Bitcoin that's described in the white paper.
Okay, and what would be your take on the fork from Bitcoin Cash, so the infamous Bitcoin Satoshi Vision?
Um, I'm not a big fan of the fact that they have a restrictive license on their full node software. The association with Craig Wright, all the lawsuits and whatnot. That just leaves a bad smell. So I don't know. It's not interesting to me. I wish them the
Right.
best with their project, but it's just not interesting to me.
Okay, so let's move to your projects. Let's first speak about Bitcoin Cash site. How is it going? How's onboarding?
Yeah, so Bitcoin Cash site is a project to do marketing and onboarding for the Bitcoin Cash community. So we are active we have ground operations in Nigeria, Venezuela, Colombia, where we're onboarding merchants and users, doing meetups and events. We also have the website where we're doing some digital marketing, running ads and whatnot to onboard people to Bitcoin Cash, to change the way people look at Bitcoin Cash, to raise more awareness about Bitcoin Cash, to onboard more builders, business people, software creators. And so those are the main areas that we're working on at Bitcoin Cash site.
Okay. And what about Pan Money? What is this project about? Did you complete any interesting things there or what's coming soon?
So Pan Money is just kind of the umbrella name for everything that we do, and that includes Bitcoin Cash site, BCH Latam, and other projects that we have going in that area. Both projects that we're serving the Bitcoin Cash community with, that are funded via Flipstarter, which is a permissionless Kickstarter alternative that runs on chain on Bitcoin Cash. And also we have a business plan for Pan Money that it's been under development for a few years. We're looking to raise capital, onboard team members and whatnot. That revolves around remittances, using crypto for remittances, particularly to the developing world, as a way of not just saving money for people, because the remittances industry is huge. It's $700 billion per year in transfers,
Yeah.
mostly to the developing world, but also getting inflows of crypto so that we can stimulate more of a real crypto economy, and of course generate profits with this, and be kind of a major ground onboarding force for Bitcoin Cash. Because if you look at the crypto ecosystem today, still surprisingly, 2021, I thought after 2017 we might outgrow this a bit, but there's still a lot of things are hype. You see things like a lot of stuff happening on Binance chain,
Yeah.
which is just token after token after token, just not really quality projects. It's kind of a novelty to think about actually using crypto as money. um you know so
Okay. And speaking about Binance and Binance Chain, what do you think about current DeFi space and where it's going? Is will it be a bank killer in a way? Or what's your take on the whole DeFi ecosystem across many chains, not just Binance, Ethereum, Polygon, whatever?
yeah, I think it's all very promising. Some of it is a bit messy. It's very early, especially things like Solana or Binance chain. It's a bit of a hot mess in some ways, but there's a promise of something there. People are very interested in using it to earn interest, for example, on their stable coins. But I think that for example, things like Uniswap have been hot, but the problem with a lot of DeFi is the fees, like the Ethereum
Right.
fees are just out of control. And that's why I think that when Smart BCH is launched, I believe later this year, Smart BCH is an Ethereum like EVM sidechain for
Right.
Bitcoin Cash that uses Bitcoin Cash as its base unit of currency. I think that we're going to see all the benefits of Bitcoin Cash, all the married to all the benefits of Ethereum in the best way. And we're going to see a huge growth in DeFi that actually connects with real people on the ground. That's not just a playground for the whales, that has low fees, that's accessible to the mass mainstream audiences out there, especially in the developing world where we have as many as 2 billion, workers, people who are actually working in the informal economy and are de facto excluded from, what people in the developed world would consider, the standard financial system, like banks and credit and, all this stuff. They're excluded from that.
Yeah.
They're hungry for those kinds of opportunities, and the same way that people in Africa leapfrogged, the phone that connects to a jack in the wall in their homes. They leapfrog right to smartphones. I don't see why these 2 billion working people can't leapfrog right over the developed world financial system, the white market system, right into DeFi on Bitcoin Cash. I don't see why that can't happen. And indeed, we're organizing to make it happen.
Okay, cool. And since you are trying to adapt crypto, how do you see crypto adoption in upcoming, I don't know, 5 or 10 years? What direction it will take?
It's hard to say. It's really hard to say because I think that we're lacking all of the tools needed for it, and we're lacking a lot of education. But I think that we need to have by 2031 at least 1 billion people onboarded to Bitcoin Cash. Regular people in the developing world, where the need is greatest, where the financial system is most failing people, where the fiat currencies are least reliable. In order to really realize the potential of the Bitcoin system, the Bitcoin innovation. And so I think that's what we're working on at Bitcoin Cash.
All right. And worth to note that you are also a sci-fi writer. Are you putting Bitcoin Cash or crypto into your novels, or you rather don't want to mix up those worlds and you keep them separate?
Yeah, actually, one of the novels, I think it was my first novel, so it's
Right.
not that great. But as my first novel, even forget what it's called. But one of the characters, the main character, actually is an agorist. A food stall, food cart guy, and he accepts Bitcoin, and he uses it to evade the police state, in this fictional future United States.
And I mean, this question maybe is asked to you lots of times, but how libertarian crypto guy writer ends up called a terrorist on TV?
In 2010, I believe there was a big controversy about the new regime that the TSA in the United States rolled out to to start essentially groping and scanning travelers before they could get on their airplane, their flight.
Yeah.
So basically, a friend of mine and I, we organized an effort called "We Won't Fly," and we generated an enormous amount of media attention, as well
Okay.
as protests at 28 U.S. airports, and a big thing that grabbed a lot of attention called Opt-out Day in 2010, where people were gonna refuse to fly. Refused to go through this, and the reports that came back to me were that the TSA basically relaxed their procedures that day. But in the lead up to that, Whoopi Goldberg on the View on mainstream TV named me and my partner that I was working on this with, and said that we were terrorists, essentially.
Right.
Just for exercising our free speech and encouraging people to exercise their choices. So
What price predictions can you give on Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, let's say, for this and next year? Do you think the 100K mark that people are expecting within 1 year is possible, or rather we are not ready for it? And of course, Bitcoin Cash price prediction also, or your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. People always ask me, hey, is this coin going to be worth this at this time? And, or is the market going to go up or is the market going to go down?
Yeah.
Right. The bottom line is nobody knows, right? Nobody knows.
Yeah.
And there are people out there who will say, I know for a fact it's going to hit this number at this time. Right. And basically, and those people are liars. Nobody knows. The bottom line is nobody knows. So anybody who tells you what's going to happen, you should be extremely skeptical. And, I just have to be upfront and say, I really don't know. I really don't know. And I don't really even feel that I'm qualified, to
Right.
speculate on it. I always, there are some people who are, in this for the number go up, but I'm not, right? In any case, I always expect it to go up over the long term. It's just a matter of, when you make an investment, you first of all, you want to this is not investment advice, but you want to make wise decisions, right? You don't want to overextend yourself, and you want to have a long enough time frame, right? Because I see a lot of people who are like, oh, I expect it to hit 50,000 by August 1st, and then on August 1st it's like at 45, and maybe they bought in at 48, and then they're like, oh no, this sucks, I'm going to sell it, and then they lost money. No, you just had to be patient, right?
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't really offer price predictions.
Okay, no problem. Okay, thank you for the talk. It was very nice. Nice to meet
My
you.
pleasure. Yeah, thank you. Real pleasure speaking with you.